Hi everybody, so I'm back. It feels super weird to just be like talking to a camera inside of my apartment. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but my apartment looks different because I moved. Yeah, I moved in the beginning of December and it's been really awesome so far. It's so cool because I have like actual space. I have an office now, a big living room. I can fit a Christmas tree. I don't know. Nope, you can't see it at all, but there's one in there. So basically I just stopped making content almost all around, whether it was YouTube, Instagram, like posting on Facebook thrift centers, like everything. I just really stopped caring. Like I went from really wanting to boost my shop and like the brand of my business, I guess. I think once COVID hit, I was like, okay, well now I can do this more and better. And I did for like a pretty good amount of time. And then I just started despising all content. Like it didn't really matter what it was. I was absolutely sick of TV and movies. I was sick of YouTube videos. I was sick of looking at Instagram. And I think it's just because we're just stuck in one spot, in one place. All you do is just watch TV and watch media over and over and over. And I just was so sick of it that I literally just stopped caring about it. Now I am back. Need a spoon. Right, so now I am back, and I really want to just try again. Yeah, so basically I thought it would be fun to kind of dip my toe back in with a video where I just kind of get ready for the day, but my day is consisting of a virtual flea market. If you are not on Instagram or you're just not on that type of Instagram, like thrifting Instagrams and whatever, live auctions are huge now. That is such a big thing to do because of quarantine. We couldn't really do flea markets and stuff like that. So people started doing live auctions. Basically, you just go on Instagram Live. You have some items that you want to auction off. You start it off at any price and people just bid. And it's been really awesome. I've done a couple of them now. I'm not really into the whole Instagram Live world just because I have bad anxiety. So every time I go on one, it is a terrifying adventure, but it's always fun and it's always worth it. So I am doing my third one today with 1980 something Co. at 2:10 p.m. and right now it's like 10:50 and I still have some things that I need to get done because of course I procrastinated and waited until the last day to do them. So I thought it would just be like a really fun thing to kind of take you guys along and show you what a day is like when you're a full-time reseller getting ready to do a virtual market instead of a real one. So while my chai is finishing up, I thought that I would just kind of tell you guys the difference between doing a live in-person flea market versus a virtual flea market. So when you do an in-person flea market, there's so much work that goes into it that I think a lot of people don't necessarily think of. Of course, you need to get the inventory. That's always going to be, you know, step one. Then you have to wash it depending on the type of person you are. I wash everything because I like having clean clothes that people can tell if it's like a musty shirt versus a nice clean one. And you have to tag the items. To put the hangers on or put the hangers on at the flea market, depending on how you do it, you have to load all the inventory into the car. Then you also have to load possibly a table into the car. Then you have to load the tent into the car. And then you wake up very early. And that's because you either want to secure your spot or you want to make sure that you're set up in time. Because for a lot of flea markets, people will come earlier than they're supposed to. It can be annoying, but it can also be really awesome because sometimes you start your day off before it's supposed to even technically start making money. But before you can make money, you have to unload everything out of your car, which is a lot of work. I do flea markets alone, so for me, loading and unloading and setting everything up is a lot of work and it can be a lot of hassle. So thank you to everybody who's ever helped me, you know, pitch up the tent or whatever, because that would have sucked by myself. So you have to unload everything, and then depending how you do it, yeah, you can put hangers on and then you have to stay there. I have done flea markets that have been 3 hours and I have done flea markets that have been 8. So it really just depends on who's running it and what kind of event it's supposed to be. Standing there or sitting there all day talking to so many people, having to deal with people who want to completely lowball you or, you know, haggle prices when you're not wanting to haggle. It can be a lot of work. It can be like taxing mentally. And then at the end of all that, you have to load everything back into your car and then unload everything back into your house or your office or whatever you have, and then reorganize that. Oftentimes I'll reorganize things into like, okay, do I want to list this now? Do I want to put it in my local spots where I sell? Do I want to try to sell it on Instagram? Like, there's just so much that goes into it. Okay. Virtual Flea is different because it's a lot less work and sometimes it's a lot more profit just depending on the items that you have. So good. So a virtual flea is a lot different because there's just not as much loading and unloading. Basically what you need to do for a virtual flea is to just get the inventory, which is the fun part. You have to make sure you have the measurements on hand and ready to go, and also the flaws. You need to make sure that you know all the flaws and you can see them, so you have to be in good lighting, of course, and all that. If you have a buy it now piece, you need to make a price for that. It's honestly kind of about it. So for that little amount of work versus a in-life flea market, I could potentially make way more money. So it can be pretty lucrative if you can get on. A lot of them are harder to do than others, like the 1980 something code. I was lucky enough to be nominated by an MVP. Shout out Black Shirts World, definitely go check him out, he's got awesome stuff. So he nominated me to do my first one. I just got a free half hour to go on. After that, Chris, you know, knew who I was, and he also wanted more female vendors to be on because at the time, I think there maybe had been like one on, so I was able to do a second one, and then now he just kind of reaches out to me whenever there's gonna be an opportunity to do another one, and I'm really, really grateful for that, and I definitely hope to do more of these because they are fun. With that being said, you don't need to go on a live that is run by somebody who has a shit ton of followers. Like, you can just hop on a live by yourself and be like, hey, I'm auctioning this piece, or, you know, hop on with a friend. I don't know, a lot of people think you need to have a lot of followers, and I don't think that that's entirely true or necessary. So I do have about 3 hours before my set is on, so I do need to get going and get these things done, and I will take you guys along for the ride. I do have this bag full of stuff that I got from the bins the other day that I want to wash so that maybe if I get done in time, I can list a few things. Don't laugh at me, but I'm using this pot my mom got me. It is a vintage little flower pot, and I used it to soak one of my auction pieces, and I'm very excited about this auction piece. I just think it's cool. I love the graphic on it. I definitely need to get it in the wash because this is the only piece that is not yet clean. So let's go do that. Now I need to measure all of my items that I'm going to be selling today, and I also need to make sure that I know exactly what flaws they have. So to do that, I am busting out my ring light, which is, yep, gonna create a very nice look for me right now. I'm gonna take that and make sure that I have all of the flaws completely nailed down. I probably am going to pause here and there and show you guys some of my favorite pieces that I'll be auctioning off. By the time this is edited and uploaded, it'll probably not matter because all of these will be gone, but I do want to just kind of show you guys in case you don't follow me on Instagram or Depop. These items are a pretty good base covering of like what I like to sell and what sells for me. So if you by any chance see something and you're like, dang, I wonder if that is still available, feel free to message me on Instagram or Depop. I think it is almost noon, so I have about 2 hours left, so we should definitely start doing some more work. Okay, this piece is pretty cool. It's a Stanley DeSantis 1997 Scooby-Doo shirt, single stitch all around, super big print. I'm gonna auction this one off and see what it goes for. It's an extra large and Stanley DeSantis, so you can't really go wrong with that. Probably gonna auction this off as well. It is on a super faded changes tag. It's the Warner Brothers frog, single stitch all around, and the rivet on the back is what gets me. There's only one of these online and it is up for 150, so I don't know, but big print front and back, so it's super cool. Okay, so my camera died because I wasn't paying attention to the battery at all. Basically, everything is tagged and measured. All the flaws are, you know, written out. The only thing I think I have to do now is just set up how I want the office. So I'm lucky enough to have an office in this apartment, which has been absolutely amazing. So I need to set it up so that, of course, the auction piece is always front and center. Also, I need to make sure that, you know, when I do the buy it now pieces and hold them up, that those can be seen. So I have to go do that, and then it's basically just a waiting game. They always run a little bit behind, so I'm sure I won't go on right at 2:10. But yeah, that's it. So I'm gonna get that set up and then just sit on the couch and wait. Yeah. All right, so the office is definitely crowded right now. Basically, this is the setup. My phone's here. I have a chair here. I'm gonna use this to hang my auction pieces because it's just fine, and that's perfectly in sight for the camera. And then basically I'm either gonna sit or stand and then just run through these. So yeah, pretty basic. Doesn't take much to do this, so I'm very excited.
Sydney!
Alright, and just like that, the live auction is done. I am sitting here with my burrito and all of my inventory that I need to package up. So basically what happens now is that you have to go through your DMs. You get a lot of DMs. It's definitely a very nice and quick way to make money, but it does blow up your phone. So basically I'm just gonna sit here, get everybody who bought an auction item, their tracking number first, and then go through and see what else I can sell. Alright, so it is the next day because I was a little too tired to put everything together last night. Basically, I just thought I would run through real quick and show you guys the auction pieces I did, as well as like what I got for them. I sold this Cheezosaurus Rex shirt, really cool, single stitch throughout. I got $60 for this. I sold this Froby shirt. So on the front, it's got this check, and then on the back, it's got a big picture of Kobe Bryant, but I don't want to take it out of its dead stock packaging. I got $210 for that one. Sold this Ren and Stimpy Nicktoons shirt, 1991. I believe I got 60 on this one as well. I sold this Sonic the Hedgehog 3D Blast shirt. Pretty cool Sega shirt, single stitch throughout. It's really awesome. 110 on that one. And lastly, this 1998 Nickelodeon one. It's a long sleeve and it's pretty small, so I got 75 on that one. It's really cool. It's got all the characters. So I think the main difference for me when it comes to virtual fleas is that I source about 90% of everything from the bins. So for me, everything is basically a profit because I'm spending less than $1 per shirt. Not like a lot of these people on virtual fleas who will go and spend like $150 on a shirt because they know they could get like $300 to $400 on it. I just don't spend that amount of money. For me, basically, besides like this one and this I just bought from my buddy because I thought it was cool. Those are the pieces that I actually spent, you know, money on. But yeah, for me, everything is definitely a profit, so it's still worth it to do it. And they've all paid. I just have to package them up and they're good to go. So yeah, I'd be really curious to see in the comments like who thinks virtual fleas are stupid and who loves them, because like I said, I'm not really into them. I've done 3. But they've all worked out so well for me. My thing is, if I can make double to triple my rent in 30 minutes, why wouldn't I do that? And I just kind of hear a lot of negativity around them. People are like, they're not gonna last forever, it's stupid, and like all the bids are fake and no one actually gets paid. And I definitely think that that could be the case. I would not put it past anybody for that to be like their reality. For me, I know that I've never had an issue. I always get paid. People message me and they want something and they send me money. Maybe I've just been lucky because I've had no issues. So for me, everything has been like 100% legit and it's been really, really awesome. I think it's like helped me get out of my like social anxiety thing a little bit, as well as like it's just so amazing to see, you know, what I find at the bins in half an hour is just gone and I'm okay for the rest of the month, which is a very, very privileged thing to be able to say, especially right now. But anyway, I would love to hear what you guys think. If you think that they're bullshit, if you think they're cool, if you think they're fake, I don't know, just curious. The 3 I've done has been like nothing but positive vibes, and so I don't know. I just want to say thank you to anybody who bought something off of like the Virtual Flea, Depop, eBay, or Etsy. It's been a really good week and I'm really happy that this is my job, and I'm really, really grateful for all of you. So I hope that everybody is happy and healthy and carrying on. All right, bye guys.